I get a place where my kids can relax, enjoy what they do. Besides Jalen and Kaya, I have Kia, who's also a cheerleader. They get to be in a space where I'm not worried about where they are, what they're doing, and I get to be a part of it. I think that's the best thing. I get to see a lot of kids come in and grow through the program, and I get to help out with that. I get to guide these coaches who come in and do a great job. I get to, organize events for the kids. I get to do competitions for them. I get to make sure they have what they need so they can succeed as a cheer team. And that to me is a great thing. The organization has grown, and I'm happy to have been a part of it. I'm lucky to have been a part of it, I say. Hi, I'm Coach Gigi. I am the co-director here for Brooklyn Titans Cheer. I discovered the Titans online, just doing a search for football programs for my son. Football to me was a great way for him to come out of his shell and just be around other kids his age. Back in 2012, my son was 7. We came so he could play football. It was a big surprise for me when my son wanted to do cheerleading. I think he had been asking for a while, and I was kind of avoiding the process. I was very resistant in the beginning because it was an all-girls team, and I just didn't want him to have that stigmatism on him. I knew it would come with a lot of flack, but it was something he really wanted to do. And the transition for him was very easy, even though there were people who had a lot to say. People would see him with the girls and yell at him. He should be over there with the boys playing football. And he just said, I know who I am. I know what I want to do. It doesn't bother me. So that was good for him. So as a mom, I had to learn to step back and just let him be his own person. And I also learned that manhood doesn't come in one form, right? It comes in many different forms. So that was a good thing, a good lesson for the both of us. For him, it's a way for him to express his creative side because he's very creative. Jalen has helped with a lot of the routines. He's helped with coaching the girls in certain areas, where they need help or they're struggling. He's helped in those particular things, and coaches have come to rely on him as a secondary source, that they can use when they're not available to do something. He's really come up in his talent in that area, and that led him to want to go into entertainment. So he goes to school for that. He dances, he sings, he's just trying to do it all. And the Titans program started him on that journey. Each and every one of the girls depend on Jalen for one thing or another, whether it's to be there personally, when they're going through something emotional or having some kind of trouble, and they can pick up the phone and they can call him, and he's there to listen and, give advice or just be a friend, and I think that's the best thing about him being over here is that he does connect with them. He does say one downfall is that he doesn't have many male friends. That's the one downfall about it, but he likes what he does, and I think the friends will come, as they come, so it'll be fine. With my daughter playing football, my fear there was that she would get hurt. She's playing with a bunch of boys. Boys are extremely rough and, not particularly open when it comes to women playing their sport. So I had a lot of fear there, and there were plenty of nights when she came off the field after practice crying because the boys were cruel to her. But she earned her spot. She earned the respect of her team. She worked hard. She kept pushing, and now she's all in and has a great rapport with the kids. When it comes to support and grooming, again, the Titans organization has been really, really great with that when it comes to each and every child that comes to the organization. The thing about, her being around a bunch of boys is that you pick up those tendencies and the mannerisms of the male counterparts. And that's where her assertiveness comes from. She has to be a little more assertive when she's dealing with the boys versus Jalen, who has to be a little soft-spoken and, tender when he's talking to the girls. So, but it wasn't easy for either of them because Jalen also got a lot of flack from the girls, and Kaya having flack from the boys. I think that, the girls, the girls were not always receptive. We've had a lot of different kids come in and out of the organization over the years, and he's had to deal with a lot of different things, people questioning who he is and what he's about. Kaya's been through the same thing, Again, she's a female playing a male sport, so people have their speculations, people talk. But enforcing them to stand in who they are and be who they want to be has been a big help for the both of them. Yeah. So Kaya's really grown. She's earned her position. She's become a leader. And a lot of the boys look to her for certain things as well. So they know that they can depend on her. When she's on the field, she's somebody to be reckoned with. They can depend on Kaya to do her job. When she's off the field, she's still Kaya. She's gonna yell at you, she's gonna scream at you, she's gonna play with you, but she's always a friend. We do move as a family in this organization, and that means looking out for every child. It's all about the kids that we give back to the children. You have a lot of coaches who don't have or no longer have children on this team, but they still come back to participate. That says a lot. And I think it starts from the top. It's all about leadership and how everything is just trickled down. And I think more important than that, we just want to see these kids grow as lucrative and operative members of society, and just giving them a platform and a chance to express that here has been a big deal, because you deal with so many different personalities. You come across so many different obstacles and issues that come up, and it's like, okay, how do I deal with that? Even as a child who may come from a not so good background, they can come here and still get the skills they need because they're in a positive and supportive environment that's helping them to grow. We try to teach the kids, you can be opponents, rivals on the field or on the mat, but outside of this, we all live in the same neighborhood, we all go to the same schools, we could be friends. We don't have to be enemies. This is a game, and that's all it is. If you choose to move on and do something with it later on, great. I'm so happy to see you get there. But, right now, we're just children trying to, play and be happy. We don't just work with the kids, we work with the parents. We get to know the parents. We encourage the parents, if there's anything going on, anything you need some support in, you're struggling in some area, please let us know. If there's any way we can help out, sure, we'll be there to do that. It's not all about financial help. A lot of times it's just being there, just someone to help you out, getting your child to a practice, or, helping you to keep your child straight in school, those types of things. So, keeping your kid off the wrong track, because kids get distracted. It's very easy to do. Some kids have come through here and, they've had temper issues, where they like to fight, or they're very hot-headed. And we do a lot to work with the kid and let them know we're here for you. This is a safe place. You can be, it's okay to be angry, but there's a time and a place for that, and it's not always someone's against you. You have people who are here in your corner. So let's try and find a way to deal with that differently. Maybe take your aggression out on the field. Be more aggressive on the mat, and cheer. So we try and do things in that manner to help the kids out, and it has been very effective a lot. We've had kids who come in, kids who have come from broken homes, who have been angry. They've come in. It was a struggle, a lot of drama between the cheerleaders, a lot of threatening to be kicked off the team, but at the same time, a lot of support. Ultimately, it's up to the individual, how they're willing to adjust, if they're willing to be open, to something different. And we've had that. We've had a child who has, completely changed her whole outlook, just from being here. She came here, she was angry, she was hurt, there was so much going on in her life, and she didn't trust people. And now to see her, she's doing well in school. She's no longer here, but she's doing well in school. She's, has her own little business going on. So I'm super proud of her. I'm super proud of her. So the football side has also had, those kinds of stories where we've had kids who come in very hard to talk to, and by the time they're done, they're a completely different kid, and they're going off to high school or college, and that's an amazing thing, to see that process and to have kids call you and say, hey, coach, I'm going to this school, or I'm doing this, or just, maybe they send you something on social media to let you know how they're doing. So it's been really, really cool. Well, I mean, Ava, really? This is what we deal with here. This is it. This is raw and uncut right here. But again, you see, this is a safe environment. It's a welcoming environment. The kids express themselves. Miss Ava here has never been shy, so it's always been easy for her. But we have some kids who are very shy, and we take children of all levels, from no skills to all the skills. We take them and we groom them, and we mold them into part of a team. One thing we try to emphasize is that every single person is important, because it is a team sport. It doesn't work with one person. And when someone's out, well, you're missing a part, much like a car. If you don't have all the parts, it doesn't work. So we try to emphasize that. Again, we're a supportive community here. We do community service as well within the community. So it's not just about us, with the kids here. We're also reaching out to other parts of the community and seeing where we can be of service to everyone else.
My name is Kia and I'm 14. Well, Brooklyn Titans is like a second family because have fun together, and the Titans is like a place to feel comfortable, welcomed, be yourself. One of my biggest struggles is technique, like tumbling. Tumbling is like flipping, cartwheels, round-offs, rolls. Well, there's one called a back handspring. I was trying to get that for the longest, but I have it now, but it took me a long time to get it. Probably 2 years to get that. It was hard. Well, sometimes I have mental blocks, but I still do it. Motivation, telling myself I could do it, so I just do it after that.
What are your positions when you're doing those, putting people up and...
Basing. I hold the flyers up and catch them.
What is important when you're doing that role?
You actually, it's really dangerous, so you have to be focused, you Your eyes have to be on the flyer all the time so you won't drop the flyer, because like she's really high in the sky, so like you don't want to drop her on this floor because it can end up bad. Is this gonna be on TV?